Hello everyone and welcome to your ultimate water night sky temple guide. This video is going to be a really quick one. I'm just going to be talking about each of the things that you need to get for the 4 bundles and where you can find all of them. Without further ado, let's get into it. As I said, there are 4 bundles in the water night sky temple. These include the spooky bundle, the beach bundle, the freshwater bundle, and the magic bundle. Each of these 4 bundles contain 4 items that you need to find across the world. Some of these items are uncommon, some of them are pretty common, and some of them are very rare. Most of these are things that you need to fish for, or bugs you need to catch, or things that you need to cook, with the exception of a few items. Just a disclaimer, this video is not going to be in order of the bundles, it is going to be in order of where you can find the items, so it will save you a lot of running around. Alrighty, so we have arrived to the first location where things can spawn. This is Kilima Lake, right here at Fisherman's Lagoon. Garden mantises can spawn here. They are very common. I have just seen 2 on my way over here. This is the first item in the spooky bundle. Also, in Kilima Lake, you can find 2 more items for more bundles. This is banking on the fact that you have worms and glowworms already. You will be fishing right in here with a worm to get a shimmerfish. I will show an image on the screen. These are semi-rare. It took me a couple of tries to get one, but it wasn't particularly hard. Then, if you are fishing with a glowworm, you will be looking for an enchanted pupfish. These are semi-rare again, but these aren't too hard to get. While you're here, it would be a good idea to talk to Einar here, because you need to learn the recipe for Fisherman's Brew from Einar. If you go into his shop here, you can go down here and buy the recipe for 1,000 gold. Also, once you have gained level 3 friendship with Einar, you can find the recipe for trout dinner in his cave. Einar's cave on the map is right here, and let me run over there really quick. This is the entrance to Einar's cave, just opposite this little lake area and the board. And if you head inside of his cave and you run over here, this book here should be the recipe for trout dinner. You need to go home and cook up a starred version of this to contribute to the bundle. One of the other items that you can get while fishing is the recipe for sushi. If you know somebody who has the sushi recipe, you can do a friend cook up and just use that instead, which is what I have done because I have not yet fished up the recipe. To do this, every single time you cast out your line using a glowworm, you have the possibility to reel in a paper scroll, and this is the recipe for sushi. While you're still in the mood for some fishing, we're going to head right up to the Mirror Pond ruins. Alrighty, so when you get here, you're going to want to use a glowworm and fish in this pond right here to get the giant goldfish. This is also a semi-rare fish, but it didn't take me too many tries. Finally, we have one more item that you can obtain for the Water Night Sky Temple in Kilima, so let's head there right now. Alrighty, so you're going to want to head to Zeki's shop, which is right here on the map in the middle of Kilima village. You're going to want to head in, take a look at the store, scroll down, and find the Hydrate Pro Fertilizer. You can buy this for 40 gold, which is pretty cheap, and you only use one of these for the bundle, so you can use the rest of it on your garden. That is all of the items that you can find for the bundles in Kilima, and next we'll be heading to Bahari Bay to find the rest of them. If you didn't know already, the entrance for Bahari Bay is right here on the map, and we'll be heading there now. Now, the Bahari Bay items for the bundles are a little harder to find and are sometimes time dependent, so let's get right into it. Alrighty, so the first thing you're going to want to do is head right down here to the entrance of the Pavel mines. You're going to want to run straight down here, take a right, walk down here, and head right down to this fishing spot. Fishing in here with a worm will get you a mutated angler. These are the rarer ones that you can find using a worm in here, but it shouldn't take you too long. and fishing in here with a glowworm will find you a void ray. Be warned, this may take you a very, very long time. Personally, it took me over 100 rerolls to get, but it was worth it in the end. I do know somebody who got it in about 7 rerolls, so it really depends on how lucky you happen to be on the day. A quick tip not to waste too many glowworms if you're still starting out in the game is to cast out your line, wait for it to bob 3 times, and once you have caught the fish, see what happens when it jumps up. If it is not the fish that you want, you can take the rod out of the water, like so, and throw it back in again, and that is a reroll for a fish. This will not take up any glowworms, as you can see in the bottom right, and do not be disheartened with the void ray. Some people pretend like it doesn't exist or it's a myth, but it does, and I've caught it, and you will too. It may take a little while though. Heading out of the Pavel mines into the flooded fortress here on the map, this is where you can find the vampire crab. This is only during the nighttime when that arrow in the clock over to the right there is in the black section, not in the pink or the orange. Unfortunately, it doesn't spawn during dawn or dusk. They are black and orange crabs that are the same size as the purple ones, so they're pretty hard to miss. Once you found the crab, congratulations, you have finished the spooky bundle. I will be going over what kinds of rewards you get for each of the bundles at the end of this video. Next, we will be headed to any kind of water section, especially the rivers and ponds up the top here and the pond right down the bottom here. This is where the inky dragonfly can spawn. Alrighty, this is the first location that I've seen inky dragonflies spawn, right around here and just around this lake here. The best strategy, however, is to just walk down this section and hope that you'll find one, so let's just go for a run. When I was searching for an inky dragonfly, I found my first one here, and right here we have just found one. They're reasonably common, not too hard to find, and I've seen plenty during my time running around this area. And if you just found the inky dragonfly, congratulations, you've just finished the freshwater bundle. Quickly moving on, we'll be heading down to the coast of Bahari Bay. If you follow down this river, you'll find the coast. Alrighty, now that you're down on the coast, you'll want to be running around the coastline, right down here, through the gap in the wall, and all the way down through Beachcomber Cove, and running back up again. Once you have found a couple of unopened oysters, like this one, you can open them and you get the chance to get a green pearl. While you're running around, keep an eye out for any purple snails. They look like these little green guys, but they're a bit bigger and obviously purple. These are also part of the bundles and they tend to be pretty rare. I've heard that they spawn at certain times of the day, probably around dusk, but I'm really not sure about that one. It's just always good to keep your eyes peeled because I caught a lot and sold a lot before realizing that I needed them for the bundles, and then when I got to the bundles, I couldn't find them at all. Just my luck. Alrighty, and for the last 2 things for the bundles, I suggest heading right down to the lighthouse and going onto the pier just right behind it, because this is the best spot that you can fish from. It gives you a pretty good vantage point, and let's head there right now. You are able to fish for the fish that you need for the end of these bundles right here, but I find that the vantage point for the reticle just tends to be kind of bad and it doesn't really give you a good aerial view, and when you're trying to catch one of these fish, it is really hard to see where it is, so I would recommend heading over to this wooden area just right here and fishing from up there. Now that you're out on the pier, there are 2 fish that you can fish right here to finish off your bundles. The first fish you'll want to be trying to catch is the blue marlin. If you use a worm and you fish off of anywhere on the coast, but I do suggest fishing here, then you can catch it. It took me around 80 tries, I think it was, and it's pretty hard to catch, so I would recommend having a good fishing rod or a fishing rod health booster or something similar. Possibly even eat sushi that you have cooked up, because it took me 70 rerolls and then I lost it and I needed to reroll 70 more times to try to get it back again, and it was a pain. Once you've caught that blue marlin though, congratulations, you have officially finished the beach bundle. There's one more fish you can fish right here using a glowworm, and that is the long-nosed unicorn fish. You can only catch these during the day, that is during the light blue section on the time dial up in the top right. And beware, this takes quite a while. It took me around 4 sections of daytime just fishing straight with glowworms to catch these, but I know some people who've caught them in less and some people who've definitely taken a lot longer. It is a really hard fish to catch. I have the exquisite fishing rod and I was using a friend boost with people catching fish around me, and I was using sushi, and it still was really hard and I almost ran out of health on my rods, so be really careful. But once you have caught it, congratulations, you have finished the magic bundle and you have finished all of the water night sky temple bundles as well. If all you came for was where to find all of the items, thank you so much for watching. You can click off now. But if you want to know what the rewards are, keep watching for a little bit. The spooky bundle will give you 10 tuning forks, 1 major hook time booster, 1 minor rod health booster, 1 major rod recovery booster, 1 major safe zone speed booster, and 1 major safe zone size booster. These are all add-ons that you can add onto your fishing rod, but they do get broken, so be careful. The beach bundle will give you the reward of 30 worms and 30 glowworms, so hopefully that should reimburse you for all of the resources that you used while you were fishing. The freshwater bundle will give you 1 bouillabaisse and the bouillabaisse recipe. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. And the magic bundle will give you 1 honey lure. Those are all of the rewards that you get for the water night sky bundles. And thank you so much for watching. I will be releasing a video soon on the brand new fire bundles that have just come out today. So stay tuned for that one. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.